Hello, good evening from Geeks around. My name is Todd Grundle, and I am your host. Today we're going to discuss American Horror Story. Or I'm not going to talk much because there's too much to talk about. I'm just going to just bring in the panel straight. Please excuse me. I'm very tired. First up, we have Emmy E. Hello, Emmy.
She's quiet.
Linger there for a moment. In case you don't know, I like the awkward open. Some go for a cold open, dramatic. I go for the awkward one. How about I be less awkward and tell a story about bananas? A quick story about bananas. Some might notice I'm always wearing a blue banana shirt in this hangout, and today I was wearing a robe and a banana shirt, and I just feel like a hobo or a cartoon character, so I went
Nothing new.
banana shirt, and in my drawer, I almost put on the other banana shirt. And there's other banana shirts in the laundry and other shirts. But, yeah, so I'm not a hobo who only owns one shirt. I own many, many banana shirts.
Did you just say in my drawer instead of drawer?
I may have. I've been awake since 6 a.m. and I am
Hi.
tired. Let's move on to the next one. Next to MEE, we have the always charming, always... Okay, we have Isaiah Mullins.
Wow, you really? Wow, you're gonna give me so... Oh, whatever, fuck you two. Hello, everyone. I know you missed this sexy beard and no hair person. I know you did. We all know.
You do have a beard now, don't you? I've been wondering. You normally, I can see you today. Normally, Isaiah has no lights in his room ever.
Okay, well, look right here. My room is very small, and that light is very bright in my room, so it gets very fucking hot in here. So, yeah, there's a reason why.
All right, and on Isaiah's hotness, let's move on to returning panelist. Oh, so eccentric being, Lobster Hands. No, thank you.
And and she laughed because she knows.
Yeah, there
Hello.
There was something. So let's jump through my awkward introduction and the Lobster Hands, and who wants to give their initial impression? Just no details. Just did you like it? Did you like it a lot? Did you hate it? Who wants to go first?
Ladies go first. Ladies, you go.
Okay. If she wants to, I'll start. Okay. I mean, I just want to see if it could come up like the Coven because I really like the Coven, and for personal reasons and just for the stuff they showed on the third season. But this fourth season, the premiere was good. It was good. There was questions, of course, but it was good. I thought it was. You got the freakiness of the of characters that came up there, and returning characters from previous seasons came up again as different characters here, and there's more to come, I know, for the next episode. So yeah, I was good with it.
Yeah, I definitely I like the characters. See, I didn't like Coven as much, and this one won me back. Let's keep it with ladies. Emmy.
Okay, well, so far my favorite season was season 2, Asylum.
What?
I actually saw Asylum before I saw the original season, and that was what made me watch the first one on Netflix.
Okay.
What's that look for? No, really.
What?
Asylum was like so freaky.
It had its problems, you know. And later, when we get into specifically the music, because that's something big we're gonna have to talk about today.
Yes, we are.
And I'm actually okay. We'll just wait. But I'll give you all my reasons on Asylum later. Then.
Okay.
It directly relates to my musical point. Go ahead, keep going.
But when I was watching the opening credits and I saw Michael Chiklis on there, I was like, all right, who is he going to be? because I've loved him since he was the commish.
Yeah.
And like when he was on a show called The Shield, not Agents of the Shield, but The Shield. It was like a cop show.
Yeah, quick
I
cop
loved him on that show. That's like one of my favorite shows. I actually bought the DVDs of every season of The Shield, and I very rarely do that. So I was excited to find out that he's going to be on. I was really confused because there was a couple people who they didn't show, so I'm guessing that hopefully they'll be on the next show. Because I read stuff that said like Gabrielle Sidibe is supposed to be back and all these other people, but I didn't see them anywhere. And I really like her. Like I really liked her in Coven.
Yeah.
Actually, she was one of my favorite parts in Coven, and I don't like Coven, and everybody else didn't like her that I've talked to.
Yeah, it's a long story.
Well, you didn't talk to me. I liked Miss Gabbs Sidway too.
Yeah, I liked her in Coven. There were parts I did like and parts I didn't like, but I did like her.
Good, I get to do this year with sane people. Wonderful. Eyes.
But oh yeah, overall I thought it was pretty good. I want to see where they take certain things. But the one thing that I really am not all that happy with is the character that's the twins, the two
Yes.
girls. I don't like how they did the special effects.
Yeah.
Notice that like sometimes you can tell she's this one and this one was digitally put on, and then other times she's this one and this one was added on. And I'm thinking, with how much they've done in special effects with the other 3 seasons, how did they not get that better? And I love, okay, I'll shut up after this. I love that they have the smallest woman in the world is on there. That's not special effects.
Yes!
Lady, I love her. I've been watching her for the past couple of years. The Guinness Book of World Records would not name her the smallest woman until she hit 18 because she wasn't a woman yet. But now she is officially the smallest living woman. And all these people were saying,
Actually, 18, I thought she was older. Like, she
I
just...
thought she was older too.
no, she's like
20.
might be like 20 by now. Because this was like a
No,
year
I
or so.
thought she was like 40s.
No, she's real young.
She's young, yeah.
I know that sounds stupid
Yeah.
talking about a woman who looks like a baby, but I really thought she was a 20-year-old.
Yeah, I just like what she said, Miss Elsa, Miss Elsa.
Yeah, but somebody who I work with, we were talking about the show earlier because they watched it too, and they said, I like how they did the special effects. Like they had them carrying this person. I don't know how they did that. I said, because the person's really that size. This is the woman is like 2 feet tall. Oh
Yeah.
no, she's not.
Yes, it
Google
is.
it.
Like, yeah, yeah.
It's a rare disease too. It's a very, very rare disease. So
Yeah, there's very few people with it. Yeah.
I think, I liked it also because most of these people, with the exception of Sarah Paulson's character and a few other, of course, the main characters who are recurring, the man with the seal hands, the woman who's real tall, all of them are real people. They really look like that in real life, which I think is really good. And they're acting in this series, and they're getting their chance to act, or act again.
I think Isaiah's going to disagree with you later.
There's the woman who is like from her torso up, and she
yeah,
walks.
that's actually a real person too.
Yeah.
That's also a rare, very rare as well situation.
Well, speaking of Isaiah and his hatred for everything, it's been pretty positive. So I think out of 3 people, I think we've all so far been pretty favorable and happy. Isaiah, bring us down.
All right, time for some real Isaiah logic here, folks. Anyways, folks, knowing the fact this was actually a funny season compared to the awful of all hell Coven and the Asylum, I did like the Murder House because that's a different story. This one here knew it was silly as hell, and it wasn't scary to me whatsoever. So I actually laughed more than I actually groaned. Like, ha, that's funny. Oh, God, it's so cheesy. And the special effects for the heads was bad, but I laughed so loud because the writing let's be honest, the writing is shit too. But however, Jessica Lange does a better job than everyone else. And yes, I do have the hots for her. Don't look at me.
I had no problems with anybody. I think these two said it the best. I mean,
The actors are not the problem. It's not the actors. Actors are very fine. They're really good. They always do a great job. I'm talking about the writing itself. The writing's not always strong, and it isn't really. And that's the problem for this series always. And now I tell you the bigger reasons why I do not like this episode, or okay, not the episode, but it's the theme of the episode itself. It's because in the 1950s itself.
This is when I was
Yeah,
born.
this did happen a lot of times with people who have disabilities and they go to the circus and asylums. It's just really because I'm in school and I'm learning about all that stuff. It's like it's very disheartening to actually know about that. But when people start using it for their own gain or for any type of game, really, if the writing is strong, I accept it. But let's be honest, we know how this writing is for these series. It's shit. It's shit. Moving on from me, let's go on to Todd.
Well, I guess to counter that, the fact, well, when the writing is shit, actually, Isaiah and I agree with almost everything about this series. We usually don't agree on shows too much.
Right.
This series, we pretty much agree all the way up until now, for the most part. I think they finally figured out that they're not as serious as they
Used to be.
playing themselves. They're a little bit more campy, a little bit more fun, and this
That's okay.
I think they're adding a lot of glee to
Yes.
their performance and to their they're murdering with glee. They are bringing out these freaks with glee, and they are giving us musical numbers, and there will be lots of them.
Oh
Just
God.
glee. Now that is, I guess, the first thing we could talk about. We can get into the point, we can get into the story later if we want.
Yeah, there's no story. There's no story.
Listen, they're not going to be playing music from the 50s. They're going to be playing music from now, from the 70s. They're going to be playing Kurt Cobain, Jessica Lange, and the actors and actresses are actually singing.
Yeah.
Jessica Lange is going to be singing a Kurt Cobain song. The two-headed woman's going to sing Fiona Apple's Criminal.
Oh
This is
crap.
going to be a very
Wow.
bizarre season, and I think this episode showed that, and I'm okay with it. I think they're doing a good job being a freak show.
Don't believe in the lie, man. What happened last time? Remember what happened last time with the Coven? Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Guess what happened? We all felt disappointed and we all hated ourselves.
Isaiah, I just remembered, I have to just segue this into our poll question, which will keep on topic. Don't worry. And Emmy, you were about to say something. I believe we're supposed to say it here. For anybody watching, we're going to do poll questions from henceforth. And today's question is music in American Horror Story. Literally musical numbers as a regular occurrence in this season. Yay or nay? I know Isaiah says nay. You were going to comment on the music thing, Emmy?
Yeah. Am I the only one who, granted, I mean, I love her, but when she started singing, am I the only one, Jessica Lange, am I the only one who kind of thought it was a bad wannabe version of Rocky Horror Picture Show when she was singing?
Yes.
Ah! No.
It is. I'm sorry, it was because I've seen that movie, which is a great movie, but
Oh no, I
It was
love
just-
Rocky Horror,
oh
but
yeah, it was
when
just
she
like
was
that.
singing, just like the tempo and the background music itself, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
be Rocky Horror?
Not an answer
Also,
for that, but I'm going to let everybody else answer.
actually agree with you even more because if you remember from the movie itself, there was two people who saw that musical as well, which are the two people that we already saw who we're not gonna like anyways. So I think this show is gonna be more Rocky Horror than an actual horror show. So that'd be okay. So I like that movie anyway, so it's all good.
No, I don't know. I think it's a brutal Rocky Horror, if anything.
No, Rocky Horror still brutal.
Hey, Oso, do you have a comment
I
on this?
just thought it was a mess. He looked a mess. The only thing I kind of liked was the tailored. I like her style, but that thing was a mess. I was like, why are you wearing that blue eyeshadow to match your suit? Why? You should have just too heavy.
Damn.
That perfectly
You
leads
should
in.
look like a messed up drag queen.
Yes, and that
I don't know
wow.
why. You should have just rocked like you did in the. Sorry.
It's actually wow. That was harder than me. Like wow. She went for the throat. Good lord.
And the Eleganza, who's the woman? I love like the one who played in the Coven. The
Kathy
redhead lady. She was right. She gave that shade so fast. She's like, "Yo, what was horrible was your singing." I'm sorry.
He
See, I don't know.
Which one? Francis
I
Con?
don't think it was that bad though. I don't think her singing was that bad, but that outfit.
Yeah, the outfit was bad. I agree with that. It was
I
really,
don't think her
really
singing was that
bad.
bad. She carried
Okay,
the
so
tone.
about the outfit and about the woman saying that it was bad and about everybody's thing. See, this is where I actually disagree fully. I think the outfit is what made it perfect, and I think the song was perfect. Know that sounds so silly, but you got to look at the context. I was just saying this before
Right.
we hang out. The context is this is Jessica Lange, who's an old woman, on her way.
Hey, she's not that old, okay?
Oh, yeah, she is, and this is her last season on the show, and her character is this woman who wants to be a star, which is essentially what she is. She's an actress. This is, her life's passion. And now here she is on one of the biggest stages of her life, the actress, not the character.
Right.
On this show, it's huge, and so she's standing on one of the biggest stages of her life, finally, current, relevant, and she's doing it in a baby blue Nazi uniform with blue eyeshadow, random cutaway scenes of her with a wig off like a drag queen, and singing a David Bowie song in a show set in the 50s. The surreality, the absurdity,
Absurdity is
actually created a beauty.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. And then, I think Jessica Lange's gonna be really powerful in this season alone. I mean, she was always great throughout the whole through every season.
Yeah.
But I have a good feeling that Freak Show is gonna be her pretty much her prime moment. So I can see that a lot because her acting is just amazing.
Can only hope. I mean, listen, they fucked it up before.
Yes, that is true.
They started strong and just really shit on my chest.
That was for the writers, not her. It's just the writers.
No, all of them, the whole thing in general.
Hey now, hey, watch your tone, man. Watch your tone.
All right, so you guys want to get into a little bit of the story, or do you guys have any big moments you want to talk about?
Ooh, that's it.
Real huge. Isaiah's got something.
Oh, okay, cool. The clown. I was really intrigued by the clown because he reminded me of the Santa Claus guy and oh my god, the other character from the Murder House, the Gimp. Oh god, I forgot his name. But whatever. It was really interesting because he doesn't really talk at all.
Mm-hmm.
But he kidnapped these people. It was really interesting why he did it. And also, he's not scary to me because I saw a clown like that. It was in Twisted Metal Black. His name was Sweet Tooth. He was very crazy and creepy. So he reminded me of Sweet Tooth a little bit more. But at the same time, he could be like a damaged person. We don't know if he has any contact with the circus or not. But I think his storyline will be pretty much entwined with this one. And I have a good speculation who this character who's related to. So, gotta wait and see, folks. Gotta wait and see.
All right, yeah, well, that will come later with the wild speculations. Who else has any big things, major they want to talk about? Because that was a good one. That clown. Well, let's go on the clown for a second, actually, and then everyone else can pick something. Because I personally liked the clown up until I started paying attention to the actor. I started watching his eyes, and I was like, I think I would have played that better. I think I would have been more psycho. He was smiling underneath there, and I feel the actor should have had no emotion whatsoever going on.
But that was his emotion, though. That smile was fake, though. It was like, you can't really tell why he's smiling for if you...
No.
Go ahead.
I think is what Todd was saying was under the makeup, the actor himself was smiling. So, when you smile, your eyes look a certain way. So his eyes were too, twinkly to be this murderous clown.
Right. I know what you're saying now,
He should have had either, a blank stare or, his eyes should have looked evil.
Because that would have been creepy as hell with that smile and just emptiness,
Right.
And when the clown very first came out, I was like, oh, that's going to be Michael Chiklis. That's who he's playing. This is cool.
Do you want to know who Michael Chiklis is, by the way?
Huh?
Do you want to know who, bless you, do you want to know who he'll be playing, by the way?
They showed him. He's in there with Angela Bassett.
Yeah, they showed him on the Coming On. So then
the Coming Up thing.
You want to know who his character is? They've said it in all the press stuff.
No.
Okay.
I want to know.
No, no.
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 You know what? I
No.
might be wrong. I don't want to embarrass myself. So go on, Emmy.
Ah,
Yeah.
too late for that.
But,
You thought he was Michael Chiklis when he first came out, and you got excited.
yeah, because like the build, and but he seemed a little too tall. But I was like, that could be done with special effects because he's a shorter guy, but he's real bulky like that. So I was like, it's him. But the second that they showed him close enough that I could see the eyes, same thing that you said, the eyes were just wrong, and I could tell it wasn't him because he's very intense when he's acting.
Right.
His eyes really go along. He'll have like the evil look or whatever. Because he was in it was like X-Men or one of those things where
No,
he
Fantastic
The
Four.
Fantastic Four?
Oh,
Fantastic
God.
Four, where he's that creature that's all
The
clay.
Thing.
Mm-hmm. The Thing.
Okay, I didn't see that one. I've only seen the commercial.
Thank God. You only saw the first
No
one.
problem.
But like when I saw the commercials for that, like the way that he's like intently looking at things and looking around, it really went along with the character. It made the character seem more real. And that's just from seeing the commercials. Like I said, I never saw that. So when this clown comes out, like I agree with Todd totally. His eyes just ruined it.
Interesting.
But I like the makeup, like the way that the people put the clown together.
Right.
And the one question I have is he's got like this weird cut out around his face. Is it supposed to be like, is he wearing the top of someone else's head?
Yeah, I have a hard time figuring it out too. Like,
I think he's wearing somebody's scalp like Leatherface, and
Yeah.
Okay.
this mask thing over his mouth. Then it's his regular.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was supposed to be like somebody else's scalp with the little tufts of hair.
right.
So what do you guys think overall? Do you think he's scared? I personally, I'll ask the question by answering it. I think he's the best because each season we've had Rubberman in the first season, we had Bloody Face in the second season, we had the Bull in the third season, which I thought was completely forgettable personally.
The bull was for nobody.
I love Twisty. His name's Twisty. In case
Twisty.
I love.
And Leatherface is still better.
Sleepy. I think Twisty has like a face mask on his face, and I think maybe there's like three layers of skin. When you burn yourself, there's layers of skin. So I think he cut himself here, and then the new growth skin is right here, and so the top part is like his old skin, and the other part here is him, of course, and then this mask is a mask. It's not because his face is moving, but this doesn't move. And when he was laughing and smirking, he was muffled. So I think it's a mask on right here, and then the rest is him.
Yeah, I swear I thought the same thing at first about
here.
but then about it being layers of flesh and stuff. But then I settled on the scalping part. I'm like, that's probably easier.
Could be.
I hope they don't screw this clown up like they did with all the other characters who are really cool, like the Santa Claus killer. Like, whatever happened to him? That was like that was a weird mystery. And Leatherface was an awesome villain. It had a really weak ending. Like, wow, that's extremely weak. Really?
Wait. Which ending was weak? The ending of the show?
No, Leatherface. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He was talking about Leatherface had a weak ending.
Oh. Sorry. I missed. I was just looking at the notes for 1 second and missed. Okay, I guess speaking of notes and silence, we won't go through every scene and go crazy. We're only supposed to do 45 minutes or so. But the first scene, did anybody else, and I'm not the only one because when I was looking for my information to make my little recap file, I was pulling it off of other websites, and I saw other websites point this out as well. Did any of you notice something about the opening scene, about maybe the house of the opening scene?
Yeah, it looked so familiar. Like, wait, why does the house look so familiar?
Is that Buffy's house?
No, it looked like the season 1 murder.
It did.
It did. Like, man, this looks so familiar.
Well, I don't know if it was. Nobody's confirmed that it was. But there's speculation that this season is going to contain ties to each season because here's another topic. We've got our first returning character from a prior season. We have Asylum's Pepper, playing the same character, Natalie Grossman, the actress, who's surprisingly not hideous. Excuse me. Surprisingly not hideous looking in real life. You guys should Google Natalie Grossman. Her name is Grossman, but she's not Grossman. She plays Pepper on the show. What do you guys think about that? Does that intrigue anybody?
She was in the show? That was hard to tell because...
Yeah, there's two of her this time. I guess she's got a brother or something, but they've confirmed that this is going to tell the story of what happens before she gets to the asylum. Not like she's the star of this or anything, but this is essentially going to end with her going to the asylum.
Oh.
I seen something like that too. I haven't watched the second season, but I did see like a clip of some of the second season, and I remember Pepper. And so when I saw Pepper again, I was like, she's recurring.
So, well, I'm confused on one thing too. If they're trying to connect all the seasons together, aren't they both different timelines and universe? Because you got one dealing with ghosts, one dealing with asylums and demons and other bullshit, and you got dealing with witches. So that's not making enough sense.
Okay, I like to say something.
Yeah.
Okay, it depends. I think the first one was in present time. The second one was back in before World War II or something, or I don't know if it was before or after.
World War II.
Second one was
Okay. It has to be before the 50s. It has to be before the 50s because Jupiter was in 1954, so it has to be before the asylum. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be the asylum is supposed to be after, then it has to be pre-asylum. So it has to be somewhere 50s and on, 54 and on, whatever, however the Jupiter, Florida, whenever they started. Unless their timing's off. I don't know.
I think they're like, I think they're being in specific on purpose, but it's got to be around the late 50s because I think
so too.
Asylum was 64 because the way it goes is season.
Okay. That makes more sense, yeah. If this 64 and this is 54, then it makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah. Season 1 takes place in 2011. Season 2 takes place in the 1960s, but with flash forwards to 2012. Season 3 takes place in 2013, and this one is in sometime in the 50s.
Okay, I'm on Wikipedia, so we know how much we can trust that. But saying that the second season, subtitled Asylum, takes place in Massachusetts during the year 1964.
That's what I said, yeah, right?
So yeah, that would make sense. 52 is when they're at Freak Show, so 12 years later.
Okay. As long as they didn't mess up, yeah, okay. Then it makes sense.
Pepper's old by the time she gets to the asylum, and you know what? Let's talk about something else. Pepper is a freak.
Hey now.
Orgy. What the fuck was up with that orgy?
That was very disturbing to watch.
They chopped and screwed that video because I was like, they did some camera tricks. I was like, first she's smoking opiate, then you got Jimmy Darling doing his finger thing, then you got this, and she's smoking smiling opium, and then someone's leg. I kept thinking, is that her legs in the air? I wasn't sure. It's like, whose legs are in the air?
It looked like she was bent backwards.
No, that was the contortionist.
Yeah.
See, I'm confused. I was like,
there was a lot of
whose
sexual
legs
moments there. It was like
I was watching closely.
I'm sure you were.
You don't see stuff like that on the internet.
Well, you kind of do. You just gotta look harder.
He'll send you a file later.
Yes, that is true.
No, but I thought that was a really interesting scene because, like, I don't know, like these. Oh my God, I don't know how too much hate can come from this season because there was a lot of interesting scenes, especially with these freaks. These characters did some messed up things. Let's jump out of the orgy. I mean, we could jump backwards and give the when he actually went all the way. I mean, that was dangerous. Do not do that at home, folks. Please.
Well, let's call it scissoring with fingers.
No, she's right. Don't do that at home. Nowhere. You don't know.
Hey, don't do it at home. Don't do it at the park. Don't do it on the bus.
Okay.
Don't do it anywhere.
Did I miss something in, like, where scenes were flipping through? Because at one point, Jimmy is like this woman said that oh it's your turn now. Like the one lady comes out and she's like and then the person whose house they're at, she's like, oh, it's your turn, go ahead, you'll really enjoy it. So the woman in the yellow dress walks back and he's all laying out, don't worry, I won't bite. But is that supposed to take place before he joined?
Glad you asked.
Okay, I like to say something on that too, because I was wondering too. When I've seen first came in, I was like, she just there, and she's like, my husband doesn't do anything after the war. You know, all he does is watch Leno or whatever. Not Leno, but whatever the show is, and he gets on top of me. He's not the same after the war. And then okay, and then all of a sudden that woman, the full figure woman, that blue dress is, you know, like she just did something. It's like, it's your turn. I was wondering too, like, what turn for what? I was like, what's she doing? I didn't know if it was a brothel. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what's she going into? And then Jimmy, I think it's how he gets money. I think it's after the diner scene with Elsa, but before he goes to his mom and say, I'm tired of this. I want to do it. Can we go make a bar? Like that part. So I think it's like around there.
With the $15 only for his mom, and then he said that one of them finished, is his words. Finished so quick that he felt bad charging her full price.
Okay.
For a room full of ladies and a flipper? I mean, come on.
$15? What was he?
And I mean, he's got, you know, I mean, he could have.
Vulcan grip. It's like, exactly, it looked like some Vulcan things with a lot of prosper looking stuff.
His section was the size of a normal human hand, though. That was just.
Oh, it wouldn't be me. I just was like, oh, these women are desperate. They're original desperate housewives.
But they were like crooked out like this, though. There was some space in here, and I'm like, what if he gets up in there wrong? Like.
Yes,
he's dangerous.
Exactly. I mean, I was wondering too. He's got like one finger's like this way, one's like this, and then you don't know if his hands are clean, and he's touching you. Oh.
The lady was just.
And he just had 4 other.
Does he wash his hands before and after each one?
Some hand sanitizer up in there, please.
They don't have.
This is why we need women on this. This is why we need women, folks, because it'd be so much funnier. This is why it's so much funnier now.
No, you got to. Let me not. I'm sorry. That's too much information. I'm sorry. My point is.
Yeah. So,
I was enjoying myself, so hey, keep going.
Do not try at home or anywhere else.
It's so nice to have another person. There's people here.
Saying.
Dangerous. Oh, no. You guys want to talk about all the characters, like, real quick, or do you want to just jump to more random cool scenes?
Kathy Bates. Ethel Burnell.
Let's talk about Kathy Bates. I like it.
Kathy. Yeah.
What the fuck was that with that accent?
That's exactly what I was going.
Right, exactly.
The
I was
voice
like, in North Dakota or something. She sounded like something from like up there, like Nebraska or Canada or something. I don't know. It's like, why is her voice like that?
I did not like that accent at all, and I love Kathy Bates, but I was picking out all these words that she's saying with that accent, and I'm like, this is not how this woman speaks. I understand she's playing a character, but her accent is getting to me so much that I can't pay attention to her acting. And I mean, it's not her fault. They told her to use, to use.
Well, I think her. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But like, what was this voice supposed to be? And the son didn't have. Jimmy didn't have an accent like that. So where are they from? Where is she from? That she's got this weird accent.
I think I can explain this. I think I can explain this a little bit much easier for some folks. In the 1950s, there was a lot of immigration going on in that time period. A lot of Irish immigrants, and a lot of Italian immigrants, and so on and so forth. So when I heard her speak, she had a really broken up Irish accent. Like you hear it sometimes, and you don't hear it sometimes. She had a really she had red hair. So I kept thinking like, yeah, she must be Irish. And that beard was super fucking fake.
I don't think it's Irish. I think it's like somewhere in North Dakota or somewhere in the Midwestern or something.
Wisconsin.
But
it doesn't sound Irish to me at all.
What the beard was for, to distract from the accent.
Right.
I'm sorry, the accent.
It also,
it didn't work though, because we all heard it very clearly.
Anybody else want to, just like, get a
yeah, tame it. Like she needs to like upkeep. If she gonna rock that beard, she need to upkeep. Trim it or something. They got scissors and stuff there.
Honestly, why didn't she just, do like a Nice little braid around, it's right up there. Come on, bitch, right here. Just do it. Tuck it up behind her ear, and she's good.
We've got another
Finally,
panelist joining
good
us.
Lord. It took you forever.
Charles Whedon.
Hello, everyone.
It took forever.
Well, I didn't watch the episode, or at least most of the episode,
I don't
so
give a fuck.
What?
No, because I thought American Horror Story Coven was okay for like the first 6 or 7 episodes. After that, it went completely downhill, and since it was my first introduction to the American Horror Story show, I was like, you know what, I'm done. So I had no interest in Freak Show. I started to watch the first episode of Freak Show, and it got to a certain point, and I was like, you know what, this is no better than the end of Coven, so you know what, I'm not even going to bother.
Okay, now where did it get to? What was going on when you actually turned the show off?
It was actually pretty early in the episode. Jessica Lange had dressed up in the nurse outfit, and she went into the hospital room where she saw the two-headed woman.
Yeah.
And just during that scene, I was like, you know what? No, because it wasn't just. I know there wasn't much that happened that early in the episode, but it's just the atmosphere, the music that was playing, the way people were talking to each other. That just bothered me, and and even as I explained to these yahoos, Isaiah and Todd, anything that has to do with carnivals, I don't like. It's not that I'm afraid of them, like being afraid of clowns, that kind of stuff. It's just I don't find it interesting.
No, you are scared. You are scared of clowns.
No, I'm not. I think clowns are stupid. I'm not scared of them.
You missed so much by tuning out when you did.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You did, because that was just like that was it was like great, and it's like that's like the part where it just goes from there. But
yeah,
I don't know. It was the atmosphere. It was the atmosphere of what I was saying that killed it for me.
It's not a perfect show. It's actually a shitty show, but it's very fun to watch because it's very cheesy.
But I don't even like horror that much.
But it's not horror. It's called horror, but it's not horror.
Right. Thank you.
If it was actual horror, it would not be on syndicated television.
Thank you.
Okay.
True.
Well, Charles, what we were saying earlier was it's kind of like a wannabe Rocky Horror Picture Show where Rocky Horror is called a horror, but it's actually amusing.
Well, thing is, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I know that Todd is going to want to kill me after saying this.
I've never...
I know too.
I hate that movie.
I've never muted a soul. I hovered over that little arrow for a second.
He hates it. Why? Because he hates musicals.
Yes, I can't stand musicals.
Well, then you know what, Charles?
Fucking Curry. No, what? Just...
I'm sorry, I don't do musicals. I don't do musicals.
And this is why we love Charles so much. He doesn't love musicals.
Let's do the time warp again? I mean, come on.
You've never seen The Producers? Even that you don't like?
All right. I will admit that. Yeah, The Producers, I watched that because Mel Brooks was involved.
Everybody loves The Producers who's seen it.
And
Curry.
Tim Curry is a good actor. I just don't like him in a musical because it's weird.
And this is why we love Charles so much. He makes everything look weird.
Well, no. I mean, musicals are just embarrassing for me to watch. Even if I'm the only one in the room, I just have to look away in shame or something. Like I'm ashamed of watching it.
Oh, God.
It's any musical. It doesn't matter what musical it is. If they start singing, I have to turn it off. The same thing happened with The Sound of Music. I can't watch The Sound of Music.
Oh, my gosh.
You don't have no soul.
A section of the musical genre. Now,
Nice.
Charles come and say his piece and why he hates the show. We'll get back to talking about Kathy Bates. Charles, you want to stick around and listen, or and maybe joke, or are you gonna F off now?
I'm pretty sure that if I leave, Isaiah's gonna bitch and moan. So
Exactly.
I will.
All right. So maybe you'll be enticed by hearing all these wonderful spoilers we're about to talk about.
Yeah, and these two ladies too.
It's awkward not knowing a thing that's talking about, and make sure you get mad at Isaiah for putting you in this position.
And also, Charles, there's two ladies in the freaking hangout. This is like the biggest thing ever. Two ladies. We don't get two ladies
we
that much.
finally have ladies and geeks of the round. It's about damn
Now,
time.
man, he's freaking out.
I know, right? It's so amazing. We have two. We probably get one.
Isaiah,
That was 4.
Let's talk about one lady. Let's talk about the bearded lady.
This is 4.
Because we were about to say about her accent. I had the same thoughts. I tried to kill the
The accent was just horrible.
Yes,
Good.
uh,
She sounded.
his son didn't have it, and there was a lot of things, but
Also, sorry to interrupt you, Todd, but
I want to say that she did, even though it was a bad accent, she played it with sincerity. Like,
yeah, she did, but she actually.
As she always does, she is a very, very good actress. There's no doubt about it. It was just that accent was just.
Right.
Writing for her character was bad too, but I think for some odd reason I didn't get the same feeling. I was watching Deliverance. Or was it Deliverance? Was another Stephen King movie. Oh god, where she was a crazy stalker.
Christine?
Oh my god.
Misery.
Yeah, Misery. Thank you. It felt like that whole scene where she had the twins. And this is like Misery.
I didn't feel that.
Hey, she was threatening. She was threatening that you better eat this food or else.
Nah. Because in Misery, she was really into that guy, and she wanted to make him. She was actually caring for him until she saw that the best her character that was her favorite was going to die in the book. That's when everything changed. But prior to that, she loved the man. She worshipped the man. She wanted to make sure she could heal him. So no, I didn't feel that.
Yeah, that would fall under the Gary Busey category for Isaiah.
Pretty much.
How you doing today, Gary Busey?
You tell me, Mr. Pothead.
Gary Busey little picture right there. But all right, so I have my wrong screen up. What other good characters do we have? Because I can't wait to talk about the detective. I guess let's talk about what leads the detective to come there, which is Dot and Bet Tatler. By the way, since we're going to talk about what brought us there, let's talk about them for a second and their shared organs in that whole scene.
Yeah.
Were you guys laughing or?
I was laughing like crazy.
Oh, go ahead.
I found it funny and interesting, personally.
I said something wrong there. I feel like something's wrong. How the doctor gonna say they have 4 lungs, but then when Dot puffs one, when Bet puffs, Dot spits out. Or the other way around. That makes no dang sense. I was like, how you gonna tell me you have 4 lungs? Each of them has 2 lungs, right?
Right.
Unless one's connected, technically, that's the only way I could see one puff and one other one spits out. Other than that, you're trying to, like, no.
Even if it was Siamese twins, it would never happen like that.
It should have been that they shared a set of lungs if you wanted to have the smoke come out.
Exactly. Then they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, haha. One puff, I was like, no. I was like,
The whole thing about them talking to each other, they think to talk to the other one,
like telepathically.
but their brains aren't connected.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if is that like scientifically possible? I've never heard of that people actually could think into. I've only seen it in movies.
It is, because think about how your body sort of, it knows, your body, your brain sort of controls your arms psychically. So I mean, I kind of think
not psychically. It's through muscles and.
Like, they can both control the same body parts, and so I would think there would have to be some sort of shared, maybe not thoughts, like talking, but I think they can cue each other off somehow.
Well, that's, again, when it comes to Siamese twins, that's just very hard to say because there's a rare genetic disorder itself, but those type of minds...
Isaiah, I was just going to say the correct term is actually conjoined twins.
Whatever, same damn difference.
He's right, though. It's like the new term. It's the more appropriate term.
When the show took place, they were called Siamese twins.
Thank you. See,
we now call these people conjoined. But when the show took place, they were called Siamese twins.
I know. I'm just trying to troll Isaiah.
Yeah, but you can't do it to me now, can you? Huh? You can't do it, can you?
He's just trying to earn his dinner.
I know, because he needs dinner, right? Ain't that right, Charles?
And by the way, Isaiah is Charles's dinner. But more.
Everybody loves a good piece of chocolate.
I know, right? Is that right, Charles?
I'm not going to answer that. Yeah.
But again, going back to the topic at hand, the joint twins, they do share the same baby, but the brain patterns are not the same because the brain patterns are pretty much different. They can't have a second link to each other, but overall they do not. Again, one body controls this and the other body controls that. It's like a split up room. It's like a twin single. It's like how it is. They're both connected. Yeah, go ahead.
I've seen a lot. Like I'm weird and I watch a lot of stuff on like Discovery Health and National Geographic, and I've seen all kinds of things about conjoined twins. Like there were the conjoined twins on I think TLC that like they learned to drive and now they're in college and all this stuff, and they're separated a little bit farther down the body, so they're not just two necks on the one body, but like they've been interviewed and they don't have any kind of psychic connection back and forth, and like it's really neat though because when they're driving it's like they do stuff in sync. They both have control of one arm and one leg, but somehow they learn to walk together and steer the car together and all that stuff. But
well, and that's what I was saying. I would think that is some sort of not really psychic, but an intuition.
Yeah, but I'm talking about literally when these two were like, the one sister's like, shut up, stop talking to her, because the other one's going on about Betty Davis or whoever. And they're literally speaking with their minds. And I'm like, that's just
a waste of time.
I think because there are some cases where like twins can like just know something, like they say one style what feels it, like, so I'm thinking they're trying to play on that, but like go to another level where literally they can speak to each other like they having a conversation in their brains, like in their minds. So that's what I think they're trying to do.
So I'm just reading too far into it because I do too much research on this crap in general. That's what
adds to it. You're good.
That's a really good thing. It's something to really think about because that could kill the show for some people. Some people could each other. Nothing could kill this show because again, they proved starting out they are off the wall this season. They know it. They are.
They have to be this time. They have to be because.
So I'm okay with.
Okay. This might be an unpopular question, but fuck it, I'm gonna ask it anyway. After Coven ended, and people were first talking about what season 4 gonna be about, I read a lot of rumors that said it was going to be about Auschwitz.
I actually remember that. I remember people were talking about it.
And this is horrible. Holocaust is a horrible, terrible thing that should have never occurred. But at the same time, if they had done the show and that had been the premise, I think it, in some ways, while they were doing a TV show to mess with people's minds or whatever, they also could have taught a little bit about what actually happened, because there's now people who are trying to claim that the Holocaust never happened.
You see, I don't think
that's like claiming that slavery never happened in America. It's documented. It happened.
Yeah, but also I heard rumors that it was going to be set in Las Vegas and it would be like a fashion whatever nonsense, but that changed, thank God.
Well, I also heard rumors, and this was probably the most unlikely of rumors, but they said that they were thinking about continuing the whole Coven story arc in season 4.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because what happened at the end of Coven, everything that happened throughout the entire season of Coven, right at the end, none of it mattered.
It was all about racism.
I would like if they did something different with Coven, but that's me.
It would be neat if they did a spin-off of Coven.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to see a spin-off. Exactly.
You better stop shaking your head, because you're just one big blur.
I know, right? I am a blur of awesomeness.
No, but for real, like I could theoretically see them doing spin-offs of some of these different seasons. Like with Coven, they could give Coven to I keep saying her name wrong. Gabori Sidibe?
Cabaret Sidibe.
Gabourey. They could give that one to her. And it could be like, because you know how she went off and she was like really into Angela Bassett and her whole crew.
She brings the two together, and
Well, they
her
wouldn't.
guys is the new leader of that school, right?
No, I wouldn't do it like that. I would have her go and decide to join the crew that Angela Bassett was running, and then maybe something happens to Angela Bassett, and she now is running that crew.
Well, she can't really because that crew's dead.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter for this case because all racism.
No, but she has a
Oh,
point because I
there's
mean,
that
as
Isaiah logic again.
the people went down. There's still more people that still know how to do that voodoo magic who could still, she can
Right.
rally them up and then they go handle business wherever they know in the streets of New Orleans.
It wasn't fully detailed like how big that coven was. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the whole point. It wasn't detailed. You can make it detailed if
this is
you.
not Hydra.
that's the thing. There wasn't all that much information about that crew, about that coven, so you really could take it to a lot of places. And she's a good actress, and I think that there's enough people who would at least give it a chance that if it was written well enough and they got some other good people in there with her, I think she could take that somewhere.
I think you're right because a lot of people loved that season.
The one thing, okay, I have to say there's one thing that I really, really, what ruined Coven for me was, I can't remember her name, so now I feel really stupid. It's like the whole brain fart deal. I've had a long day.
Describe her.
Stevie.
Oh, the girl who likes Stevie Nicks.
No, I'm actually talking about Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
Because when I heard she was gonna be on there, I was like, oh, this is so cool. Maybe she's gonna be like a quote unquote good witch, and she's gonna come in and she's gonna try to, push what's her face out of the way, Jessica Lange out of the way, and then Jessica of course is gonna come back and take over because it is really the show is all about her.
Right. Like, who wouldn't say that?
So I'm thinking that, and then come to find out she's just playing herself.
And play that music video.
And sort of poorly. I think that all threw me out. I was kind of psyched because as a child of the 90s, Stevie Nicks as the White Witch, as, a that was the legend. That was, what people would say, basically what they said about her music on the show. People really would speculate that in the real world. So it was cool. It was like a little nod to an urban legend.
For a brief moment.
Yeah, but...
I think it would have been better if she was, to me, it would have been better if she was playing a character rather than just playing herself who, oops, guess what, I'm actually a witch like everybody was thinking.
Right.
That was really what I didn't like about her.
I hear you.
Speaking of that Stevie Nicks, someone mentioned the girl who loved Stevie Nicks. I'm not sure she's actually in this season.
She's not,
right?
I don't think so. She wasn't a core character.
Oh, she was in all.
She may be in a glimpse, but I don't think her the other girl who was in the first two. I know she was in the first one. I don't know if she was the second one, and of course she was in the third one. What's the main girl? What's her name?
Zoe?
Yes. Who plays her.
Who cares about her? She's boring. No one cares.
Well, all right, let's bring it back to this.
Emma Roberts?
No. Emma Roberts is in the she's gonna be here this season. Oh, go ahead, Todd.
Oh, are you talking about that one, like Tamisa Farmiga girl?
Farmiga.
Yeah, her.
All right, yeah, I don't think she's in this one either, but Emma Roberts is. But yeah, I want to segue back in by, I just noticed something in my notes. I pulled out in their description of Bet and Dot, because that's the subject I want to go back on so we can get to that detective. Because I friggin' loved that. I'm gonna jump and just say I love that ending. But it says here, Elsa's interview with the Tattler sisters reveal their starkly different personalities. Bet is a cheerful, movie-loving optimist who enjoys masturbating. Dot is a surly curmudgeon who claims to feel nothing when Bet touches their shared genitals. This was like on USA.
That's it? That's all they gave to them?
Yeah, that was USA Weekly's description of them.
That is so undermining. What? Oh my god.
Undermining.
This is so much
Undermining.
Thank you. I said the wrong word. Thank you. I was like, I'm so bothered by that.
Like this, all the recaps, all the articles. I was getting pissed off because nobody seems to talk about a show for any of its worth. Like, for instance, let's do that. Do you guys think the story with the mother? What do you guys think about that? Like
The mother's hiding them away.
Yeah.
Didn't they do that in
How
like?
old must they be? They'd have to be like in the 30s or 40s. The mom
Right.
hid them away. All the girl wants to do is go and see a damn movie. And
Right.
she ain't letting me leave the house and go see a movie.
Yeah. And also, that plotline was just very quickly done. Like, oh yeah, we know she killed her mother or grandma or whatever. It was like weird. Cause, like they should have made it. They should have made it more entwined with the clown. Like, why can't we use the clown? That would have been so awesome. Like how it all intertwined and everything else. It was like, oh, then, never mind. Then she killed her mother. Okay, whatever.
I really thought it was going to be the clown killed them, killed the mom, and then was holding them hostage because it said something about, well, you know, we know that your mom was killed like 3 days before you were stabbed. So I was like, maybe the clown was holding them. The sister stabbed the other one.
Yeah, and that makes no sense either. The logic behind that, like, okay.
Because the bitchy sister was mad that the other sister wanted to go to see the show, so she ended up killing the mom. So the bitchy sister went and stabbed the other sister because she killed their mom.
Yeah, in her sleep.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, how's it gonna work out again?
Let me give you an early wild speculation. Actually, I think that the bitchy sister, what's her name?
Lady, man, or-
No, I think her is it Dot. Yeah, because the other one's name's Bet.
Yes, I think Dot psychically or subliminally tricked or planned to make Bet do all this.
I can see that.
Hmm.
But it's always nice when they're crazy. So I still think it's Bet's fault. Like she still wanted to do what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads to a detective who comes to the freak show. Once she's there, obviously we all know she joins up that freak show, and the detective comes to take her away. But they all think she's going to be this big star. So flip her hands like that.
Like Penguin.
Detective's throat. I thought that was an awesome scene. I loved the way they did it.
It's kind of silly.
And then that brings us to and then we'll skip all the way to the end where they take him and all the freaks just start hacking him up with a bunch of different devices.
Sharp utensils and equipment.
That's not creative. That's just okay.
I
It's
thought it was
like,
He's like,
and then the fucking clown shows up.
out of nowhere.
That was all awesome. I loved it.
Not really. It's just padding. It's just padding.
All right.
Why did they all go to hack him up? Was it done more quickly? I'm sure, you know, they're gonna hack him up to hide the pieces, to hide the body.
Bury the goddamn
Thing here, when they do it, they all raise their knives and meat cleavers and they say "for the worms" together or whatever.
So
It seems like they've done this enough times to establish a ritual.
is it the Brotherhood of Mutants?
no, they're free.
By the way, you guys have been talking about this. I think as soon as this hangout is done, I'm gonna go watch it.
Oh, now you're gonna go watch it. Are you serious now?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
now we're gonna do this crap again. There you go, Charles. There you
Shut
go.
up, Isaiah.
There
Shut up,
you go.
Isaiah.
There you go.
Where's the part?
See, this is how to do it, folks.
I really want to find out where the clown comes in, though. He's got to be related some way, shape, or form to the people in
I'm gonna call it.
service.
It's a wild speculation or whatever. I think he's the father of them two girls.
That's interesting.
You guys want to let it jump into wild speculations because we have to end it pretty soon.
I think he is.
You guys
I
have
don't know, because
I have one.
she was talking about, the mom was talking about when they were at the kitchen talking. She said, "You know what we had? You were too young to know when we had to leave Alabama. Why we had to leave Alabama?" I was like, "What would they leave Alabama for?" So it could have been something very. We had to leave in the dead of night. I was like, "Okay, what happened?" Of course, she
Because
didn't
they
go
were
in there.
scary.
Yeah, but
And maybe the dad went crazy because the mom took the daughters away.
Well, the clown could be the clown, like she's saying, because he does have he keeps his victims in that traveling like circus car.
Mhm.
right, but I think it's a crazy wild speculation, but I think the clown is the son of Jessica Lange's character
I was thinking that too.
because it's just
Oh, you know what nobody mentioned? The fact that Jessica Lange is one of the freaks. Remember?
Oh yeah, she has. Well, she's like a weak freak. She has no legs. So
yeah, but it's
I
also
like she got
performance though.
like nubs.
But
Yeah.
but she walks around trying to be all normal, quote unquote.
That don't make her a freak. That just makes
But
her.
But hold on, she's trying to hide the
Right.
fact that she has a disability while trying to make money off of everyone else's, because she only took them legs off when she was by herself, which makes me think that all the other freaks don't know that she has that she has the prosthetic legs.
So she's pretty much a hypocrite.
Maybe that was them showing that she has a heart for all of them, that she's not like an evil character, that she, even though she thinks she is, because remember what she said when she broke down crying? I do all this performing for me, but then they show her taking her legs off later, and it's like, yeah, she did this for her and her love of stardom and all that, but she also is a freak herself, so she has...
Right. But also, touch upon that performance. I love that performance with her and Kathy Bates. I really love that very much so because it was very genuine, was very emotional too. So that was my favorite scenes with her.
Yeah, but I think Kathy Bates knows what time it is with Jessica Lange's character, because when she hugged her, you saw her face. She went, and then she pulled back. It was like so. I think she knows something, or she's like just like she sees you crying, but she cares, but then she like don't care.
Right. She has that acting face that like she cares, but she doesn't care.
Oh, so Todd, you said you have like all these notes.
Yes.
You have anything about Jamie Brewer?
Who was that?
Okay, in the first season, she was Jessica Lange's daughter, where she would just randomly call her.
She won't be in
She
this.
played Nan. Did she play Nan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sadly, she won't be in this season.
What?
He was in the other
They
three.
don't want to call her a freak. You know what I mean?
No.
I cannot see why.
I wouldn't have her as a freak. I would have her be like someone who comes to see
To
the
watch
show.
that, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd also be like a little bit of a double-edged sword too. That would be cool,
It
but
would be, you're right. I know just what you're saying, Isaiah, because it would be like they're almost laughing at.
Well,
Almost like they're making a joke, like, see, there's a freak watching freaks,
yeah, and that's gonna be bad taste.
just to be clear, you're talking about the actress from Coven that had I don't want to say this without being insensitive, but the one with Down syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one with Down syndrome, yeah. To be honest, this is actually something that I mean, it's pretty clear that she won't be in this season. But what if she was in this season, she'd be the only one that was actually normal?
Again, Charles, that'd be.
The only thing I say, I don't see how she cannot be. She could be a freak in it because all the other people in our real life look like that. So why are you gonna call her? I mean,
No,
Again, it's a double-edged sword.
You're misunderstanding what I'm trying to say. I mean, all these people like the bearded lady, the woman with the 3 breasts, Evan Peters' character. I don't even know what his freakness is.
He's the lobster.
Scissors.
Oh, okay, but let's see who else.
Okay, you're saying that for the most part, the other characters have these very drastically different physical characteristics.
Yes, but it's just I think that they would acknowledge that bringing in somebody with Down syndrome and then flat out calling their character a freak would be insulting and insensitive. So why not make her normal?
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard because the storytelling and this character, and she's a good actress in my book, it's just a double-edged sword. You can do it, but it has a bigger backlash towards it, so I wouldn't do it if I was them. Like, don't.
But see, if they had her come in and she was just a regular person, they don't put her into the freak show itself. Like, she could be the daughter of the guy. Remember how the guy who owns the land comes over and tries to kick him out? And
Right.
then Jessica Lange goes and does him. So
That would offer a good story, you know.
That would be a good story, but
she could be his daughter.
again, that'd be again. I agree with what you're saying, but again, a double-edged sword. It still be a double-edged sword because again,
So
that'd be
you're trying to say if she's anyway affiliated with this series, this season of American Horror Story, it being a freak show, it would be a double-edged sword. If any type of way, shape, or form she's affiliated with, it would be a double-edged sword.
Yes, unfortunately, because how we the society we live in, and people might get very too sensitive behind it.
But
Like,
hold up.
Yeah,
Why is it okay to call a person who has fingers like this a freak?
Thank you.
Why is it okay to call a woman who is only from the torso up? Why is it okay to call her a freak?
Thank you.
Why is it okay to call the lady who's a little person, she's from like Jaipur or somewhere? Why is it okay to call her a freak?
Because again, that's an awful word too. But I think
Well, I
It's
think
called freak show. So
There's
why is it that?
I guess then
it
down.
would be a lose-lose situation. It
Right.
would be a lose-lose situation.
But okay, but why? Because all of these people have some sort of disability. Doesn't matter whether it's physical, it's mental.
yeah, but
They have a disability. They are different.
right, but you
But
have
for the time that it was, which I think it said it was in the 1950s.
Yeah.
it was really,
Yeah, people that were considered different, or nowadays are sometimes called special, they were treated very poorly back then.
very poorly.
Yeah, as all of these people are being treated.
Yeah, but
They're putting the sign up, and these guys are driving by throwing shit at them, calling them freaks.
yeah, but again, it's like if a person like for a random person who has a child who has Down syndrome, again, it's perfectly normal. If they see another actress who is that, and again, by any stretch, if it's for good or bad, they're gonna take a real big offense to it because the show itself doesn't have, again, like I said before, and this falls under strong writing. It has no strong writing whatsoever to support its own ideas or really interesting and pretty much important messages that they're trying to tell you. They always do this shock value and some bullshit detailing why they're doing this without backing up even stronger. So that's why it's double-edged sword. Unless you're like a good story writer, it's okay. But there's no good story writers here. That's why.
Okay, but what about, so you're saying if I have a child who happens to have Down syndrome and I see Jamie Brewer being on this show and allowing herself to play a role where she's being called a freak, I'm going to be upset because she's the same as my child who has Down syndrome. Well, what if I'm the parent of a person who only has a torso up, or I'm the parent of a child whose hands are like this? These people are going on the show being called freaks.
Yeah, but
They're going to be just as angry.
you know what? It's not a double-edged sword morally. I think it's more of a double-edged sword from a business
Aesthetically?
point financially because
Yeah.
and they don't care about those people because those people are less. You know, you could probably go right down the block. I can go outside and probably find a person with Down syndrome, you know, in an hour or two. That sounds so weird.
I know, but
Work and find people.
Yeah, Down syndrome's a relatively common thing.
right.
And
Yeah, it's
but
common.
they don't care about flipper babies and such because they figure flipper babies aren't buying the stuff.
Right. So again, it's just because Down syndrome is common nowadays. Unlike, again, I understand what you're saying as well. It's just that people don't see much of those people who have a torso, who's this and that, because that's why they accept it even more. If they see a person who has Down syndrome on the show, by any stretch of the imagination with any type of role, they would be more offensive because they might know someone or because it's more common. That is why it's more of a double-edged sword. That's why I say.
Well, this conversation has kind of proved you right, Isaiah, because there's sort of no way to answer that argument.
I know, Isaiah logic. Awesome.
Let's do more wild
Actually, no, Isaiah, that's not Isaiah logic. That's actually proper logic.
Yes.
What?
Not more. We're here to.
No, it's crazy.
And it's true.
But let's do some proper speculation. I know we've all did something on the clown. I'll also do something on the clown, and I'll start off because this is my official wild speculation.
I'm gonna do something on the clown.
I say it's coming out of my mouth always sound wrong.
I know, right?
Okay, let me do the clown, all right? I think that the clown, Twisty, is going to... I think he was looking at those freaks at the end like, I found a home, you know? And meanwhile, they're fucked up. They're hacking people up. They're not going to embrace him. He sees them embracing this darkness, and he sees them being, like, kin, but they're not going to embrace him. And they're sort of going to have, like, this stalker who wants to be one of them. And, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's where it's going to go. You guys don't have to comment on that or not. You guys got any other thoughts on where you think the season's going to go? Speculations?
Well, see, I kind of thought that maybe the clown was going to end up with the twins.
No, Flipper, babe. Tate. I always call him Tate, no matter what. That's who we
No,
play.
not Tate. I think the clown. I think that Twisty is going to end up with Bet and Dot,
No,
and they're going to have a little fugly clown baby together.
I'll be wondering, like, which of the kids how they gonna call? Which one's gonna be mom?
Well, actually, the one we called mom is who can reproduce. That was one.
They both can.
No, only one.
reproduce.
No, only one can. Only one of them can reproduce.
But she said the doctors. Jessica Lange said that the doctor told her that they share a reproductive system.
Yeah, but only one can actually really give birth.
No.
If they have one reproductive system, there means they have one uterus that got two fallopian tubes for them to share. That means they're both gonna. I don't know who's gonna like go push. I don't know, but like they both share it, so they both feel it.
Like, yeah, it's still how they actually said their whole logic behind it was so confusing that it was like what. So it was just so confusing that it was like hoopla. Like I said, the writing was not that strong.
I'm gonna do you a favor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you to University of Phoenix for an anatomy class.
Oh God, no.
I'll give you brain pop to show you what a female reproductive organ looks like.
Yes.
I already know what it is, thank you. I already went to health class. It scared me.
Okay. Good. Scared you? Okay.
He's scared.
It shouldn't scare you. I don't understand.
Now I'm kind of unsure about Angela Bassett's character, and
Those movies did not look real.
It was Total Recall for God's sake.
Go stiff looking.
Is everyone copying Total Recall everything? And she's a hermaphrodite. Like, really? Really? You're Cartman's mother and father?
But she's a hermaphrodite and
but the craziest thing was, so Michael Chiklis is her husband or boyfriend or whatever, and he was like, yeah, I really like it. I was like,
He's like, I don't know how they get down, but however they do it there, he's happy.
apparently they do all kinds of stuff, because
Exactly. She got all the equipment.
the orgy.
Yeah, but it's still a rare condition, but hey, have fun with yourself.
They use opium.
Yep, they use that circle jerk. It's all good here.
Oh,
No.
Angela Bassett is a strong woman to be able to play that role, I gotta tell you.
So let's use this to get into the to next week's previews. Does anybody have any more wild speculations before we close out of that bit?
I do have one.
What? Are you serious?
I got one prediction for the season.
Fucking serious?
Yes.
Go ahead, Charles.
It's going to be good probably for the first half, but then when it gets halfway through the season, it's going to plummet just like season 3.
You're right. I'm so scared you're right.
I hate you so much that you're right. Fuck you.
I'm gonna have Todd's dog come bite you.
All right, so let's talk about the final. Let's finally finish out. We were just talking about it. I did see a time jump in the coming attractions. It looked like they're gonna do what they did in season 2, where they jumped ahead to modern times and I think they were in a room looking at some artifacts or some bullshit. Did anybody else?
Yeah, they did that. Yeah,
Really not there.
it's like a museum, really.
I don't think that's modern times because Emma Roberts' character, she was part of that scene where the woman was showing them Dollar Street, and then she goes up to say, "I'm a fortune teller." So how's she gonna be a fortune teller? And then that was a picture.
No. What I remember from the preview was something about she claims to be a fortune teller.
Right.
She can get in good with the freaks, but
Mhm.
really because she's going to help take them down.
Yeah,
Right.
I think she's like a con artist or something, or a reporter or something like
Or a
that.
double agent or something.
Yeah, she's not really one. So I don't think that was jumping into the future.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord, we're getting some more crazy plotting. Like, okay, why do we need this plot?
Mhm.
It was a long episode last night, an hour and a
It
half.
was long. Like, god damn, it was so long. Like, why is it so long?
That's what she
Oh.
did.
It's like,
I was
Well,
wondering, like, how did all of a sudden, Lisa, I'm sorry, Jessica Lange's characters running around saying, "You think I took them? You think I hurt them?" Like the twins, or I don't know if they ran away or something. But she's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I guess something happens where they come up missing, and then people are blaming
quick.
her."
Oh.
thank you, God, too. Like, yay, she's gone. Yay. You can start the show now.
you know something else I noticed about that trailer? It seemed like the color of the whole show was different. Did anyone
Yeah.
notice that? It seemed like brighter.
Rainier? Oh.
I'm going to have to go back and watch the trailer.
It was brighter. Like, why is it so bright?
Because it was a very neutral toned episode, this first episode, except when they did the song number and then they colors and stuff. But I thought it was a really well directed episode, which, you know, we never really discussed the directing of these shows. We should sometimes, because it was a very good direction. They didn't use big wide, they didn't like come at you, no steady, no shaky cam. There's a lot of stuff that modern shows use that they chose not to use
For now.
for this. So yeah, I mean, it was good, but next week looks like that might have changed.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else they want to say about this show?
I'm going to keep watching.
I have no choice but to watch.
I'm gonna give it a few more episodes. We'll see. Yep.
And Charles, you're gonna watch too.
I probably will. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm going to watch every episode.
I promise I won't die for it.
I want to jump out of this hangout before we convince Charles not to watch.
Charles, if you don't watch it and you don't watch next week's episode, you're not allowed in next week's hangout.
I'm only in this hangout because Isaiah forced me into it.
Exactly.
You won't get to look at our cuteness next week, right?
I won't let that in either. I'll hog up all the ladies.
No, Todd. No, Todd. You got your own lady. Send it to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Todd. Thank you.
On that note, folks, we've got Monday coming up, The Walking Dead.
Fuck.
I'm super psyched. I don't know if anyone else here is watching, but I'm psyched. I'll be there. Tuesday.
Is it the new season?
Yes.
Yep.
Season.
I might watch it.
Super exciting. Well, if you do,
It's based on a stupid plot. That's all I have to say.
to join us. But we also have on Tuesday, we have Sleepy Hollow, hosted by Charles Whedon.
Yes.
And we have The Blacklist, hosted by Todd Grundle.
Yay.
Wednesdays, we have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Flash, hosted by Matt Moore and Deanna Jackson, respectively. Today, which is Thursday, it's now officially Friday here on the East Coast of America, we have, what the hell do you guys do? Arrow,
Yay.
American Horror Story.
That's the only show that's actually better than Arrow. This is sad to say. Oh, we get so much hate mail now.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
Arrow wasn't that bad.
Oh, please. It was predictable as hell.
Look who's talking, Isaiah. You are the black man that hates everything.
I know, because I think too damn much. Unlike for you, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm easy to please. I'm easy to please when it comes to my
you're
TV
easy to please.
shows.
I'm not, thank you.
We're going to go out with these two arguing like a married couple. Thank you folks for watching. And, Oso.
Yes.
And
Yes.
thanks for joining us for the first
Thank
time.
you for joining us. We did love seeing your face.
Yay.
Isaiah.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.